Alright guys, we're back here in NBA 2K19 My Team today, and we're doing something a little bit different today, because today is the last day of June, so that means tomorrow there will be a brand new player of the month. And if you look at My Team Unlimited, I'm currently sitting at 11-0, so I do not want to do another squad builder until after I go 12-0 and get the new player of the month. With that said, after I get him tomorrow, I want to do a squad builder with one historic team, and I have 4 of them made up right here, as you can see. Taking a look at the first team, the 99 Hornets, Baron Davis, Eddie Jones, Derek Coleman, PJ Brown, nice little team. The 88 Lakers, of course, with Magic and James Worthy and Kareem. I got the Pink Diamond Magic and Kareem duo. The 89 Warriors with my new Galaxy Opal Mitch Richmond, Chris Mullen, Manute Bol, Tim Hardaway. The Run TMC Warriors. And the 07 Celtics. I got the Celtics version of Ray Allen because I didn't want to spend $65K on the Pink Diamond, brand new Kevin Garnett, and the brand new Rondo, along with the brand new Sam Cassell too. Not to mention this Paul Pierce, who is not a great card, but anyways, we managed to fill out 10-man rosters with all these teams, even though on some of them, Amika Okafor didn't play on this Hornets team till a couple years later, and I believe Otis Thorpe was a couple years earlier. But we managed to fill out because we wanted to play with a full 10-man rotation. So anyways, let me know in the comments whether you want to see a squad builder with the 99 Hornets, the 88 Lakers, the 89 Warriors, or the 07 Celtics. Alright, but our video today is about something completely different. As you guys probably know, today is the start of NBA free agency, and it's one of my favorite times of the year. So what we're going to do right now, it is about 5 o'clock Central Time. We're going to look at the deals that already have been agreed upon and have been confirmed by many ESPN and other place reporters. So taking a look, as you guys might have heard, the Brooklyn Nets have signed both Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving to 4-year maximum deals. Kyrie Irving, I believe, is somewhere in the ballpark of 140 to 150 million, and Kevin Durant is about 190 million. DeAndre Jordan is also expected to sign and follow them along because he is good friends with Kevin Durant. The Nets also signed Garrett Temple to a 2-year, $10 million deal. So the Nets are going to look completely different next year, but don't expect the Nets to be contenders quite yet because Kevin Durant will be out most of, or at least the whole year with injury. D'Angelo Russell will be gone. Then Kyrie Irving's leadership issues and the fact that he doesn't really pass the ball or play defense are not just going to magically disappear. To replace Kyrie Irving, the Celtics have agreed upon a maximum 4-year deal with Kemba Walker. Now, it seems a little interesting to some people because Kemba Walker and Kyrie Irving seem to be very similar players. They're both undersized guards that are really good scorers and not the greatest defenders. But Kemba has a much better attitude on the court and is a much better teammate. And I think all around is just a much better fit for the Celtics. However, leaving from the Celtics, Al Horford. We don't know where Al Horford is going to go, but we do know that Al Horford will not be a Boston Celtic next year. Meanwhile, Bucks forward Nikola Mirotic is going overseas on a 2-year $7 million contract to play for, I believe, Barcelona. Now, he could have gotten a much bigger deal in the United States, but it seems like he far more enjoys playing overseas. So Nikola Mirotic taking a massive cut to spend the rest of his career overseas in the EuroLeague. Now, this is a big hit for the Bucks as Mirotic played a lot of minutes and was essential to them in the playoffs. Brook Lopez, however, will be coming back on a 4-year, $52 million contract to the Bucks, which is big for them as Lopez was a big part of why they were the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Taking a look, Chris Middleton will also be coming back on a 4-year maximum deal, or actually I believe a 5-year maximum deal. Chris Middleton will be coming back, and this is expected to be announced as soon as free agency technically begins. Meanwhile, Jonas Valanciunas, who is now in the Memphis Grizzlies, has agreed to re-sign on a 3-year, $45 million deal. Valanciunas played very well down the Grizzlies for the last stretch of the year, so this is a nice re-signing for them, and I think it's a good deal for both parties. Jimmy Butler. Guys, not a lot of people know what's going on with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler has informed the Heat officials that he wishes to play in Miami next year, but the Heat have no cap space, so it would have to be a sign and trade, and there's really no reason the 76ers would want to do that. Also, the Rockets want Jimmy Butler as well, but the Rockets don't really have anything to offer, and I don't see a way they would get Jimmy Butler. Other destinations for Jimmy Butler, the Nets are no longer an option as they've signed a bunch of free agents, but the Lakers are still an option, so it probably will boil down to Jimmy Butler being between the Sixers, the Heat, the Rockets, or the Lakers. On a smaller scale news, Derrick Rose has agreed to sign a 2-year deal with the Detroit Pistons. Derrick Rose came back from injury last year, and he had a pretty solid year, so it's nice to see him getting some recognition and a little bit of a pay increase. It appears that the Celtics and Hornets are going to be part of a sign-and-trade, swapping Terry Rozier and Kemba Walker. Terry Rozier has been signed to a 3-year, $58 million fully guaranteed contract to go to Charlotte, and Kemba is coming to the Celtics. It's not sure yet what each team is giving up, but it should help the Celtics get some cap space, it sounds like, for their attempt to resign Horford, even though Horford is probably gone. In other free agency news, the Kings have been extremely active, signing Trevor Ariza to a 2-year, $25 million deal, which I think is very solid value and a good signing, along with Dwayne Dedmon to a 3-year, $41 million deal. I think Dwayne Dedmon is one of the more underrated players in the NBA, and I think these are both very nice signings. However, they did also sign Harrison Barnes to a 4-year, $85 million contract, which is a bit of an overpay, but Harrison Barnes is still a pretty good player. However, over $20 million a year is way more than he needs. Meanwhile, Rudy Gay is going back to the Spurs on a 2-year, $32 million contract. Pretty solid value for a very important piece of the Spurs rotation, along with Gerald Green going back to the Rockets on a 1-year deal for an undisclosed amount of money. Terrence Ross is also returning to the Orlando Magic on a 4-year, $54 million deal, which is well-deserved money for a very nice year for Terrence Ross. The Magic have also gotten Al-Farouq Aminu, who was a big part of the Trailblazers team, for 3 years and $29 million, and the Magic appear to be chasing a seed higher than the 8th seed. Al-Farouq Aminu is a very nice forward and will hurt the Trailblazers to lose him. Kristaps Porzingis has signed for a 5-year max back with the Dallas Mavericks, which is no surprise to anyone. They picked him up with the full intention of signing him to the max. JJ Redick has left the 76ers to go to the Pelicans on a 2-year, $26.5 million deal. And the Pelicans have also picked up not Nikola Mirotic, but Nicolo Messi, an overseas player from the EuroLeague who is the leading scorer in the finals of the EuroLeague. Nicolo Messi on a 2-year, $8 million deal. Meanwhile, Malcolm Brogdon is now heading to the Indiana Pacers in a sign-and-trade where he will sign a 4-year, $85 million contract, taking away a very important contributor to the Bucks to their rival Pacers. Ricky Rubio was long rumored to head to the Indiana Pacers, but is instead going to the point guard hungry Suns on a 3-year, $51 deal, which is a surprising development. Bojan Bogdanovic is going to the Utah Jazz on a 4-year, $73 million deal, which is a lot of money, but the Jazz pick up the stopper they need at the 3. Meanwhile, Jeremy Lamb is also heading to the Indiana Pacers on a 3-year, $31.5 million deal to help pick up the scoring concerns while Oladipo recovers from injury. That's going to be the video for today. Let me know if you like this video and if this was something you want to see. And if you guys want, I will drop part 2 of the video later tonight.